and thank you for coming out today, is that the GOP is conducting a high-wire act with our economy. And as I said last week, we're the party of prosperity. We've always been the party of local investment. They've adopted this austere ideology, which has had mixed results when practiced worldwide. And we're seeing an application here in North Carolina. And I don't think that you should be gambling with the future of North Carolinians. So they're using this as a laboratory for their ideas. And starting with voter ID. We know through studies that have been done over in the Senate that there really isn't a problem with voter fraud in this state. We know that the rate of voter fraud is incredibly low, that you're more likely to perhaps be struck by lightning or win the lottery than to have real voter fraud occur, yet we're spending an awful lot of time trying to run a bill to change how we've been doing business with elections in North Carolina for generations. And in effect, when you combine this with the Medicaid legislation, you could throw grandma out of the nursing home because she'll lose her funding, and then she'll find that she can't vote. Because this falls disproportionately on older people that are going to have a tough time proving who they are. And most of those people are going to be over a certain age, and disproportionately they're going to be minorities, people of color. So I really feel that at a time when this state should be concentrating on investing in our communities, I still don't understand why we're focusing on voter ID. MetLife is another interesting point. I'll congratulate this administration, and obviously going back to when Perdue was governor, they've been working on this MetLife program for a long time, so the Democratic Party supports job creation. I would have to question, however, that Governor McCrory made it a point, as did, I believe, his budget director and others, that incentives were something that we ought not to go at willy-nilly, and he went right off, I think, when he announced his run for governor for 2012, that he was against incentives, or he would question the use and application of incentives. And now we have a company being lured to come to North Carolina on the basis of incentives. Approximately $94 million, give or take. So it's my feeling that this is another case of the Republican Party playing three-card monte with our future. This is a little bit of distraction, a little bit of hypocrisy here. They said they were against it, and then when they come out and roll out their first big announcement, they're for it. Now, this wouldn't be, I think, as difficult for us to swallow, but then on the heels of cutting the Medicaid expansion, which was going to bring approximately 25,000 jobs and billions of dollars into the state, we have them creating approximately 10% of those jobs, 2,600, with a funding of about $36,000, give or take, per job, and yet we were willing to give away all the jobs for Medicaid expansion. So these are a couple issues that I feel that North Carolinians should be paying attention to. Again, I want to hammer on Senate Bill 10, which is this bill that we're going to sweep people off of these boards that provide protections to citizens of North Carolina. We've been against it from the get-go, and I feel that the governor needs to be concentrating in this General Assembly on creating opportunity for our citizens as opposed to going toward this austere route. Open for questions, Mr. Christensen.